Now joined by a couple of the GeneralSports.com athletes of the week. It's Evan Brady and Evan Erb of men's tennis. Guys, as a doubles team, you put together a strong run at the ITAs last weekend, qualifying for the ITA Cup later this month. Just talk about the weekend that it was and playing together and just a strong weekend overall.
Yeah, I mean, we went into the matches expecting to do well. We had a first couple tough matches in the beginning, but we started to play really well, and it was a good experience overall, and it was really fun in the end.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great weekend. We, came in just hoping to do some damage in the draw, and we, don't know if we expected to get to the finals, but we worked hard and we were able to pull it off.
In the fall swing of the season here, what's kind of been the biggest change from years past to this season? Maybe just as the team as a whole, maybe something with your own game. What have you noticed kind of different in this fall swing?
I think it's really the team dynamic, really. We're all pushing each other to be better, and there's just a lot of good energy going on. And even if you're not winning, you're still pushing yourself to be the best player that you possibly can. Especially we got a new assistant coach Attican here. Brings a lot of good energy to the team, pushes us to be our best, and it's a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah, intensity. The intensity it's a different team this year. Practices are just everyone's trying their hardest, and years past it hasn't been like that, and I think coach is bringing a lot of intensity. Attican's bringing a lot of intensity, so it's looking good.
So next up, the ITA Cup, and just next week. How are we feeling going into things? What are we working on in the time leading up to it to make sure you're in the best shape come next week?
Yeah, I think we're playing pretty well, but of course we all have things to work on. We're going to be practicing every day, working on those weaknesses, capitalizing on the strengths, and just doing everything that we can to be ready for the next coming week.
Yeah, recovery is big from this past week. And then just in terms of our games, I think we need to work on serving this week. We were broken a few too many times last week. So that's definitely an area that we can improve upon.
And just what can you take from this entire fall season, including the next competition for you guys, and roll that over into the spring? Because obviously getting to play in both seasons, there's a little bit of time to kind of establish yourself in the fall and then really carry that over to the spring. You talked about kind of the intensity of practice. What's one of those other things that you guys like to carry over, maybe on an individual level as well, heading into the spring season?
Yeah, with a shorter fall season, sometimes it's hard to carry all that into the spring season, but I think we're playing pretty well, and we're going to use all this energy and determination and practice hard during the off season and be able to bring it right into the spring and be ready to go.
Yeah, pretty much what you said. We just got to keep it going, even when we're not doing official practices. Still hitting the court, getting out and playing as much as we can, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Well, they are Evan Brady and Evan Erb of the men's tennis team, and two of our GeneralSports.com athletes of the week. Gentlemen, thanks so much for the time, and best of luck at ITAs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now joined by one of the GeneralSports.com athletes of the week, it's Caroline Gard of the volleyball team. Caroline, we have to start last week becoming the new program record holder for career digs. I mean, what does that accomplishment mean to you? Obviously, it's kind of a culmination of your 4 years here, but kind of looking back on it and looking at your career as a whole, what does that mean to you on a personal level?
It's definitely something I'm very excited about. When I first came here, I wanted to be able to have an impact on the team, and I was fortunate enough to be able to start playing right as a freshman. So just being able to get that record while I'm here and still have part of my season left is just really, really special. Reminds me of all the people that I've played with these past 4 seasons, the girls who were seniors when I was a freshman. Definitely something I'm very, very excited about.
Is it something you kind of knew, like in the back of your head, like it was coming up, or was it something you tried not to really pay too much attention to, and it was just like when it happens, it happens?
I tried not to pay too much attention to it. After our season last year, I did kind of look at the numbers and see that I had a chance to get it this year. I didn't think I'd get it this early, and then I know I had COVID season my sophomore year, so we had a very shortened season. So I honestly didn't know if I'd ever hit it, but very happy I did.
So going back to last week, you're supposed to play 4 games, only turned out being 2 matches. Split with the loss to Southern Virginia, bounced back with the win against Hollins. then some travel, some storms, some cancellations. Just kind of talk about last weekend and just kind of the roller coaster that it was for the team.
Definitely a roller coaster. That's a great way to describe it. I think, we didn't play our best volleyball Tuesday night, so being able to bounce back with a win Wednesday night was great for us. Good morale booster for the team. I think we're all excited to go into the weekend then and have 2 good conference matches. So to get those canceled wasn't great, but just allowed us to get more practice time in the gym, a little bit of team bonding on our bus ride down to Danville and then staying in a hotel without power. But we're going back to Danville this week, so excited to get some more conference games in.
You mentioned it. 4 more conference matches this weekend, taking you all the way through, if you look ahead, to next Monday at Guilford. Just kind of what's something you guys have been working on or trying to address in conference play? Obviously, it's been a strong start to conference play, 5-0 through your first 5 conference matches.
We definitely have a stronger conference schedule, towards the back end of our season. So every day in the gym, we're just trying to go out and play the best volleyball that we can. We really want to, take it to the other teams, be able to play together as a team. So I think just starting off today, really strong, and then carrying that forward into the rest of the week will be really good for us.
What's something that's different about the team this year, maybe than the last couple of years? Obviously, you have 8 first years of the 18 players on the roster, so kind of lots of new faces and a lot of different roles, and still trying to figure out kind of that winning formula and rotation. But what's been kind of something that you've noticed as the season's progressed, as you guys have gotten to play more?
I think everyone's pretty versatile. We've got, like you said, a lot of new players on the team. About half the team are freshmen. But I've noticed that, not people may be listed as an outside hitter on the roster, but can play right side, can play middle. So just trying to find the right mix of people has been great. Everyone's super strong, so our practice gym has been super competitive all the time, which is really good for us to prepare for matches. I think it's something that we're still working on, figuring out where everyone exactly fits in, but people are bringing it every day.
She's Caroline Gard of the volleyball team, one of our GeneralSports.com Athletes of the Week. Caroline, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us today, and best of luck the rest of the week.
Thank you very much.